Angus Gordon, thank you.
Thanks for having me on. Cheers.
Thanks. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I was just saying to Angus, everyone, before we started that I feel like often you and I don't look that similar, but I think today we do look very similar.
Sure. For sure.
Are you insulted by that?
No.
All right, good. Do you like having red hair?
No.
Looks like something you've not thought about it before. You don't like having red hair?
Not particularly.
Okay.
But I'm not against it either.
Yeah. What's your opinion on the word Ranga?
I don't care.
You don't mind? Did you mind in school or?
It's not nice.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
Yeah,
it's not good.
I'm anti-Ranga.
Of course, no one would like to be, but
Yeah.
you can't. If you dwell on it, it's only gonna.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it better.
You got a power mindset.
You just got to. Who cares?
Yeah, no, I dwell on things.
You're still dwelling.
Yeah. I think when people call it to me, I don't know if I like
I feel like I've weirdly been on like some podcast where you're trying to like we're the same group, and you've got these racial grievances. Yeah. And you're like,
some
you're
redheads,
trying to like I'm just a regular black guy and you're Malcolm X, and I'm like, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I feel like some redheads try and embrace it, but I feel like they don't necessarily like it, but they're just trying to be cool and fit in.
Well, it's probably it's not good.
Yeah, because you never hear it in a nice sense. I think the first time I ever heard it, I was walking my dog, and it must have been because I think it was Chris Lilley show that kind of started it all, right?
Yeah, but there was still the Ranga thing, but there was still general anti-redhead sentiment before.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he didn't invent it.
Yeah. But like
he
I was
wasn't
walking
like,
my dog.
This, would be a new thing to make fun of. That would be good.
What?
Red hair. He didn't invent that.
Yeah. But he made it, he definitely, I noticed it more after his show. And
yeah, it was funny.
I was walking the dog and someone yelled out, "Get off the road, you fucking Ranga." And I was like, I don't think I've ever heard it said in a nice, it's always said in a derogatory way, Ranga.
For sure.
But anyway.
Well, but what I mean, it's bad isn't objectively in Australia. It is not a good, not even socially. Let's say like socially, people can be mean if you're gay or if you're not white or whatever. But there's nothing wrong. What's wrong with being that? Like actually.
Yeah.
But it is bad to have red hair because you will get skin cancer.
Yeah. Sunburn.
It's a physically, it is bad.
Yeah.
Having pale skin in this climate.
And no eyebrows. Do you, you got some eyebrows? Is that always been
you
a
have
thing?
eyebrows too?
Do you wish that you had better eyebrows?
I don't think about it.
Yeah, I think about it.
You want better
Not me, but your eyebrow. No.
You think about the eyebrow?
No, I do, yeah. Because I look in the mirror and think eyebrows would be pretty cool. I've thought about dyeing them, but I think that would look unnatural.
You would look insane. Yeah. It would not be natural. What color are you going to dye them? Brown?
Yeah, or red.
You're going to dye them fully red.
It's too much. Yeah.
Just accept you are who you are. It is what it is. Move on.
I think I do this quite a lot. And I think
I don't know if it's a podcast, but he widened his eyes considerably and raised his eyebrows.
I think I use my eyebrows quite a lot in expressions, but no one ever knows.
Okay. I can still, they're there. You have eyebrows. They're just pale.
So you're looking strong at the moment. Are you doing some sort of weightlifting or?
I'm just taking steroids.
Are you actually?
Yeah, but not lifting weights to see what happens.
I love that. I think you are lying, but I think I'd love the idea of taking steroids now.
Yeah.
As when I was an athlete, I would never have, but now I think I wouldn't.
You should have done it when you were an athlete, so you could have been a better athlete. Because you were good, but you never made it. You were never number one.
It's funny.
You're actually the person who should take them. It was staring you in the face. What is the difference between me and the very best in the world? And it was performance-enhancing drugs.
That's funny. I just imagine you as a life coach and people coming to see you being like, ever thought of...
Look, Lance Armstrong had cancer and he didn't let that stop him doing steroids.
That's an interesting one, isn't it? What are your thoughts on Lance Armstrong?
Man, amazing on a bike.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I've heard the argument that he wouldn't have had the influence on cancer research if he didn't take drugs.
So if he didn't cheat, how many children do you think would have died? Has anyone done the maths?
That's an interesting study.
Those little bracelets.
Yeah.
They saved some lives.
Yeah, killed a lot of fish.
They did kill a lot of fish, but I'm prepared to lose a billion fish to save one child.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of fish, but yeah, I see the sentiment.
You really? You wouldn't kill a billion?
That's a lot of fish.
So many. I'd still do it.
Yeah.
I'd personally do it. I'd punch them. No, I don't know.
But you did do sports? You were wrestling, weren't you?
I've never done any sport. I've just taken steroids.
You were a fighter when you were younger, right?
No.
You're a lover.
No, not that either. I'm not a lover or a fighter. I refuse to. I refuse that false binary. If someone tried to attack me, I would cut my hands and I would try and get the blood in their mouth and I'd be like, I've got AIDS.
Oh my God.
Like that. That's what I'd say. But I live in Melbourne, so it's very progressive. So a lot of people there, they're like, who try and attack me, they're like, I'm on prep, it's fine.
Yeah, and they'll still punch you anyway.
They'll still get you.
Yeah.
So you can't, that doesn't even work anymore.
So, but
Times have changed.
You were a wrestler, weren't you? Why
Never
did I think,
wrestled.
Why
I've
did
never
I
done
think you were a
anything.
wrestler?
I've never played any sport. I don't do
You
anything.
did boxing with Michael Cho at one point.
I've done it. I've played some, but not good. I've never
Yeah.
been good at anything.
Didn't you incorporate wrestling into one of your comedy shows? You got someone to punch you in the stomach once, right?
Yeah. I got
That's
punched in
very
the
funny.
stomach. Yeah.
Was that one of the Melbourne comedy shows that you did?
Yeah.
And what was the whole thing?
It will be good to explain. That'll make it very funny if I explain it.
Was it?
What I did is I wanted to prove I was against violence
Mm.
because I had a lot of dark bits and it's just, people get sick of it. So you got to prove that you're against violence. So I'd get someone to punch me in the stomach and I'd explain that's how Houdini died. And so don't do it too hard. I don't want to die.
Yeah.
But then I'd just start calling them like a pussy and stuff.
Yep.
To get them to punch me harder until eventually they would punch me quite hard.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, oh, I didn't like that.
And it was
I'm
that
against
14
violence.
nights in a row?
Yeah. But most people wouldn't punch you that hard. Only a couple of times it really hurt.
Yep.
Mostly it was fine. Most people can't punch very hard. But some
Yeah.
people, there's a couple of times it was like, fuck.
And no ribs broken?
No, I'd get them to punch me in the solar plex. Try
Sure.
and win me.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure. I reckon I'd fuck up. I'd accidentally break your intercostal muscles.
You think so? You're a powerful puncher?
I'm not very strong.
No, it was fine. It was
Yeah.
that was fine. It didn't really, because it's a trick. It's a trick, because you're tensing. You know when they're going to hit you, and you can like ride it. You can like step back a little
Sure.
bit. It's not like just getting punched when you don't expect to be. That hurts way more.
Yeah. Sorry. Did I clap at the start of this podcast? Did I do
You did
that?
weirdly clap.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So
And
when
then
you were
you just-
talking just then, I started drifting off and thinking about, did I clap?
You're the one that asked the question.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, I want to talk about this bit from a thing years ago.
Sorry.
I also would be bleeding from my head that whole show because I kept smashing my head with the mic.
Did you actually? Far out.
Yeah, and because I was doing it every night, I kept bleeding.
Yeah,
It was
wow.
like 22
Where?
nights, not
Nose?
14. Forehead.
Yeah, you're bleeding far out.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What a show.
And you're way skinny. I mean, that's
I was
actually really
skinny.
inappropriate for me
It's
to
true. That's before
comment
the
on.
steroids.
Yeah.
I'm bloated.
Do you exercise now? Do you run? Anything for your mind or body?
I visualize running. For my mind, I visualize running.
Yep.
I'll just imagine myself running
Yeah.
through a field. It hasn't helped my body.
I
but
think it's working for you.
yeah,
You look great.
But my mind is very strong.
Yeah.
I can imagine a marathon. I can do a marathon in my mind very quickly.
Do one.
Like it's going to be about. I'm a 2.5 hour mind marathoner, which is great for a marathon.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's incredible for a marathon.
Congratulations. How far are you through now? Imagine if this was what it was. We just sat here.
1K.
Nice. That water's yours, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's all mine.
Yeah.
Mount Franklin.
Yeah. It's one I try and
Where
splurge
is
on the
that?
guest. Hey?
Where is that? For the
Mount
mountain.
Franklin. Yeah, I don't know. I never thought about it.
Because I have Fiji Water. I'm like, I know where that is.
Yeah, which ironically, every time I've been to Fiji, which is once, I had heaps of diarrhea.
Really?
I don't know if I want to be drinking Fiji water, but probably nothing against.
Was that from the water, you think? Or you were just so nervous to
I
be in
don't know.
Fiji?
It was
Too
my honeymoon as
excited.
well.
It was your honeymoon. When you made love for the first time.
Not the first time. I'm not that way
Really?
inclined.
Well, I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
Whatever. I don't
Fine.
want to.
It's fine.
With your
it's not
wife
everything.
or not? In Fiji? I don't know. I'm being silly. We're being silly.
So how long are you in Brisbane for? You're technically based in Melbourne, but you spend a bit of time in Brisbane as well?
Tuesday. Well, no, what are you checking my flight logs?
Just making conversation.
What is this podcast? This is a strange energy has developed.
So what are you doing in Brisbane at the moment?
Did some gigs. I'm going home soon.
Yeah,
Very soon.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be gone.
I'm not trying to pressure you or anything.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. And
I'm being very defensive. I'll stop being defensive.
are you doing a show at the Melbourne Comedy Festival?
No.
Okay.
No.
I pulled the microphone away because I thought you were going to talk for longer. But no.
Well, because normally you go on these things to promote yourself, right? But the truth, right, is that I don't sell enough tickets to justify doing one at the moment.
Okay.
So I'm not doing one.
Yeah.
I
You've
would
done
love to-
one
I've
every year
done-
for the
I've-
last how many years?
Not every year, but I've done like a lot.
Yeah.
It's
I went
been
to your
fun.
one last year and it was very good. Or maybe it was the year before. But anyway, it was the one where it's 3-parter.
Yeah.
That was very good. Was that last year?
I think that was last year.
Yeah.
But
That was great.
they're fun. You did one last year.
Yeah.
Very fun.
I'd love to do it again, but got another kid on the way.
Yeah, that's a big financial responsibility.
It is.
And also just responsibility. You should be there.
Yeah.
You shouldn't just
Actually,
be
what am I
doing
doing here?
a comment. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a family day.
Did I tell you I got another one on the way?
I didn't know, you hadn't told me, but I'd heard.
Who?
Just to get the words out.
Yeah, okay.
I will not reveal my sources. I'm a journalist.
Yeah. But yeah, so 2 kids.
You
is
could
gonna be hard.
waterboard me. That could be the podcast. You waterboard me.
Who told you?
Who told you? Who told you you've got a second kid?
That would be unique. Point of difference.
But the thing is, I would like all torture, because I genuinely don't know who told me. I would have to lie.
It's also not that
I'd
interesting.
have to lie. I would be like, it was
Who would you make up if I had gun to your head?
first person coming into my head. I'll just say Dalton.
Okay.
I'll just be like, Dalton told me.
Yeah.
He definitely didn't.
Yeah. Dalton's.
But I'd be like, Dalton.
He's got a kid.
Get him.
Yeah.
Do this to Dalton, not me.
What age are you? How?
Oh, that's a secret.
Yeah. You look about my age.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
Younger.
34.
Younger.
You're younger than that. Yep.
Or older. I don't know.
I feel like we could be identical twins today.
No, you're much taller.
Okay. Yep. Just a similar vibe.
Yeah, but that's great. Do
Yeah.
you like being tall?
Tall's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife's actually really short, so it's quite a funny dynamic.
So your kids will be average.
Yeah. Just in every sense.
Yeah. We'll just
Yeah.
be in the middle.
Yeah.
That's where they'll
Maybe.
more than likely.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll have a tall one or a short one, but
I think I hated being tall in school because I was a tall redhead. So I was too.
It's
out.
truly a lighthouse.
Yeah.
You know, you're beaming light everywhere in the
Yeah.
playground.
What school did you go to?
What is this?
It's just an interesting.
This is like a podcast for someone who's trying to get my personal information to get the tiny amount of money in my
think
bank account.
You told me you went to. Is it Camp Hill?
No,
Where did you go?
I'm not saying.
Okay. You don't want to talk about it.
No.
All right.
No, but not in a
I plead the fifth.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
in the aggressive way.
not in an aggressive way,
Yeah.
but just like I don't want every single detail of my life.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Because also I like to lie in comedy. You know, I feel like I've already revealed too much.
Yeah.
Because I might want to change the
You
detail.
could just sit here silently for the rest of the pod.
Yeah,
and I could just
This
keep
is
asking
a
you
crazy interrogation. I don't know what this podcast is like. Normally people are like, "Oh, we're coming on. We're going to talk about," and you're like, "What's your mum's maiden name?" and he's putting information into his phone while I don't know if you can see that he keeps putting stuff down.
I'm just
he's
checking my
trying
Facebook.
passwords. He's like, "What was your birthday again?"
All right.
This is a weird scammer pod. It's like podcast scamming.
I haven't released any episodes yet, but I've filmed about 10 of them. Kind of, how funny would it be if I just didn't release any of them?
It would be. I mean, that happens more than you think.
Yeah, okay.
How many? I've done a few podcasts where it's like it just never. Not maybe. I just had a moment of reflection where I was like, "Oh, I was the common denominator." But no, you know, a lot of people they want to try something and it just doesn't work out. And they're
Yeah,
like,
sure.
No point putting that out.
I think even if I wasn't proud of it, I'd still put it out there.
You're just going to put it out.
Possibly, yeah. Just to show that I'd tried.
Yeah. Are you proud of the 10 you've done so far?
Yeah, I've enjoyed them a lot. Yeah. A lot of this.
A lot of this.
A lot of chemistry.
Yeah.
It's just undeniable.
Is this the best one so far?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's going well.
Okay.
I
Apart from this one, who did you enjoy the most?
Jemison's was pretty good actually.
Jamison?
It's funny because you caught up with Jemison, I think, that same day
Yes, I did a gig.
afterwards. Yeah.
See, who told you that?
I saw you. I actually saw you walking.
You saw me.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's right, because I did her show,
Yeah. What's it called? Dungeons and Dragons?
something like that.
Yeah. Are you big on that sort of stuff?
No,
No, me either.
Never done it before.
Yeah.
It was the first time on the show. I didn't know what was happening a lot.
Yeah. You don't strike me as a gamer.
I know a game.
No. What do you do in your spare time if that's not too personal?
To be honest, I do a bit of reading and stuff. I like, but I've been way too much time on my phone. The short form video content.
Are you doing anything actively to stop your addiction?
No.
No. So you recognised it, but you don't care.
Oh, I've recognized it. Yeah. It's a huge waste of time.
What app?
Instagram. I don't have TikTok. If I had TikTok, that would be just even worse.
Yeah.
But Instagram I'm on, and I like Twitter as well. Yeah.
I feel like
Twitter, I don't like the video. I don't like seeing videos on Twitter. Do you hate that?
I don't use Twitter.
Well, it's supposed to be text.
Yeah.
And now because video is everything, they like show you dumbass videos too. And
Yeah.
you're like, fuck, I don't want to see more videos.
Yeah. I'm the same with the addiction to social media though, and I'm trying to actively
I
stop.
don't even like it.
Yeah.
But I'm
Have
not
you
going to stop.
considered getting a flip phone? You don't
No,
care.
no, because if you get a flip phone, then You need to be able to check your messages because things happen. Like on the day, you can get more stuff, and like you need the fucking Google Maps.
Yeah, I always considered deleting all the apps, but then I've always run a business, and I've always said I need an iPhone so that I can
Promote your business.
Yeah.
Do your business stuff.
Yes, but now I don't have any businesses, and I still.
You still have it?
Yeah.
Well, what about, are you going to get the flip phone?
Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, I'm considering it.
Do you ever feel not present with your child because of the phone?
Yes, and I think that's a big thing. Like I've been deleting the Instagram and Facebook apps. I'll do it right now even. But sorry, I probably could have waited until after this episode.
Yeah, well, sure. Why not do it now? That's exciting.
But I think the thing about that is I can just re-download it again.
Yeah, it's not forever, hey.
At any point.
It's very, yeah. Feel like I'm deleting this as well. I can just get it back for free at any second.
Whereas the flip phone functionality, or Nokia 3315, doesn't have these apps.
Do you think that was the peak of technology? Like, it's gone too far?
Yeah.
With the you know.
Definitely.
Do you know how some people get very jealous when they see other people's lives on social media? Do you get that?
Yeah. Yep. What about you?
Nah.
What are you addicted to then? What are you watching?
Just something funny might happen.
Yeah. Okay. People tripping over and.
Yeah, but so you keep watching it even though you're jealous.
Yeah. So
the jealousy is fueling.
Maybe. I don't know if that's solely what's fueling it. So I'm more interested in the fact that you like watching funny things. Were you a big fan of Funniest Home Videos?
It's all right.
Yeah.
I would joke about it, but to be honest, it's just all right. I wasn't huge into. I love like Looney Tunes and stuff. That was good.
Nice.
You like the tunes?
I'm getting back into it again now.
Oh, because you got this. You can go on second time round.
Yeah. I mean, I mostly watch it when he's at school, but
okay, yeah. But he's not at school yet.
He goes to daycare.
Daycare? Does he allowed screen time?
Yeah. Yep. Bit of a contentious topic at the moment because we've gone from watching 2 Disney movies a day to 20 minutes of screen time.
And has your child adapted to that, or
trying to?
They're struggling.
See how we go.
Well, it's tough because if you're still just looking at the screen and your phone constantly.
Do as I say, not as I fucking do.
Yeah, it's hard. But what do you can't ban screens, right?
Yeah.
Because then your child will be
behind.
Well, everyone else is going to be so socially stunted.
Yeah.
Every child is going to be socially stunted, right? But if your child is not stunted in the way that every other child is stunted, then they'll be a weirdo.
Yeah.
So you need them to be on par with their peers.
Yeah.
But you can't just it's clear that if you let kids just go mental with the screens, they
goes too far the other way. You need a healthy balance of addiction.
You need a balance, yeah.
And imperfections. What's the word? Impairments.
It's like in the 50s, how it's like your kid, you make him smoke 1 or 2 cigarettes a day.
Yeah. You got to be fucked up, but not too.
Yeah. Like you can smoke with the other kids. Don't be a weirdo.
Yeah.
But you don't want them. You don't want them to be like smoking like a pack a day.
We're at that time in the podcast episode where we pick 3 things out of a hat, and we just talk about those 3 things.
Okay, but have you tried getting a kid addicted to something else to take his mind off? Maybe cigarettes.
Yeah.
So when he's like when he wants the screen, he's seeing 2 Disney movies. Like, I want the screen. You're like, have a cigarette.
We've sort of done that with toilet training, and if he does a poo and we successfully in the toilet,
okay,
I'll give him an M&M.
Which actually makes more pee and woos happen.
But now he's kind of, I don't know if it's actually a good technique to use because now he's addicted to this.
Is he trying to squat like he's trying to force it out to get another
Maybe
M&M?
have a hernia.
Yeah.
He's stuck at a chocolate.
Yeah.
Would you like to pick the first topic?
Sure.
Or you want to talk about my child's addictions more?
No. Well, it was a general. I'm sure your child is really good. Laughing.
Okay. So some of these topics are shit.
It's very broad.
Yeah, it is. So I understand you like laughter, hearing it. And are you a laugher? Do you when you see a comedy show, do you laugh, or do you just sit there silently, thinking that's funny?
I don't mean to be like, oh, that's a. But I don't want to give a fake answer.
Yeah, but do you laugh out loud ever?
I do laugh. Yeah.
How does it sound like? Can you just do a little?
Well, no, it won't work.
Okay,
it's not real now.
Mine's just a one.
You're just a big ha.
Just one, and then, but often I won't laugh at all.
Well, I think because if you have had comedy, right, this isn't to be like, because you just watch a lot of it, you do get a bit desensitized. So sometimes you just go, oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's clever. I like the way
I like that.
Yeah.
But then things will still make you laugh with it, which are more unexpected that you didn't see coming.
Yeah. Would you laugh more at comedy that's nothing like yours than comedy that is like yours? Because it's so obscure that you wouldn't have thought
maybe.
of.
Yeah. Maybe.
I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but
no, I see what you're. I think I really like it when people are managing to seem like they're being very silly up there, or just they're being naughty.
Yeah.
And I don't know, however they manage to do that, however they manage to feel like they're getting away with something, I always find that very funny.
Yeah, I like watching silly comedy, especially when it seems genuine. You can tell when they're trying to force it.
When they're trying to, yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like all things. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, but when it works, it really hits for me.
Yeah. Anything else on laughter?
What do you think about those guys that do the fake laughing? Like, have you seen these?
The comedians?
No. Like they'll be like, it'll be like a therapy.
Oh yeah.
And they laugh until they start actually like laughing. Like they induce hysterics.
Yeah.
Would you do that?
I think I would. I think I sometimes do, accidentally.
What do you think the benefit of that is supposed to be?
Something to do with the endorphins or something that's released in your body afterwards. Because it's got some sort of, I don't know the word, but I've been listening to a lot of self-help podcasts and audiobooks lately. And they talk about the chemistry of the body that's secreted when laughter happens. And I don't remember
You don't remember what was secreted?
I don't remember what it's called, but I definitely have noticed it in myself. Like sometimes, especially when I'm with my son, I'll just sort of laugh for no reason. And then it'll, what's the word? Snowball into proper actual laugh.
Are you laughing to try and get him to laugh? Or
I don't know, maybe.
Or are you just so happy you start laughing?
Maybe. Bit of both.
I've done that.
So you're a fan of
not with your son.
Laughter therapy or not?
Nah, I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't ever?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'd just be too self-conscious.
Yeah.
And also, you see the guys who are leading it. You're like, they never look that healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like if you go to if you go to a personal trainer, you want them to be like ripped.
Yeah.
I want the laughter guy to seem like, wow, this guy's happy.
Yeah, he's got it all.
He's got everything.
Yeah.
The laughter guy, whenever I see a little clip of these guys, I'm like, I feel like this guy is very close to losing everything.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
I never think this is working out for them.
I'll pick the second topic.
Yeah, you go for it, man.
Best friend. This is a good one. I feel like this is a good one.
Do you
I
have a
wouldn't
best
say
friend?
you and I are not best friends, but I'd say we're friends.
Yeah, we get on.
Yeah. Who's your best friend in comedy, would you say?
In comedy?
Yeah. Give me your top three.
Top three. And rank, and I'll say what I dislike about them as well.
Were you in Myspace when you could rank your top 10?
Yeah.
And how often did you change the order of your top 10?
Can't remember.
Not frequently then?
No, it would have been frequently.
If someone pissed you off, would you?
I don't think I did that.
I did that.
But I also remember being like, fuck, getting into like, I was struggling to fill that 8.
That's funny. That's pretty funny.
You're like, I don't know if we're that close to get the 7 or 8. I was like, I don't think.
That's funny.
You've got to put 8 in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, oh.
Yes. I think I was often people's 8th or 9th or 10th friend, which kind of, after what you've just said, it's not as much of an honor as I once thought it might have
I was
been.
like, you get on with like 4 or 5 people, like you feel pretty close to them.
True.
And then when you're like 7 or 8, you're like, I didn't even mean this in a negative way to them. I'm like, I don't think they think that I'm 7th or 8th.
Yeah.
I've got to put someone here.
Yep. Okay, so comedy, who would you be your best friend in comedy?
My absolute best friend.
Yeah. Would they be Brisbane or?
Probably. Oh, well, me and Rohan Gandhi get on really well.
Oh, yeah. He's Sydney based, right?
In Melbourne.
Melbourne, okay.
You're very close with him.
Yeah, I think I've seen him perform once or twice up
He's
here.
great, man. He's an awesome comic.
How has that friendship developed? Have you been doing comedy for similar amounts of time?
We met during the Raw Comedy National Final.
Nice.
That I defeated him at.
Nice. You won the national final, right?
Yeah, that year I did.
Yeah.
I tried to keep entering afterwards. I wanted to be undefeated.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get past the first round.
That would be actually a good premise, a good kind of concept if they take last year's winner. Imagine if you won it 12 years in a row. An amateur comedy competition.
There were some good ones. I definitely wouldn't have been able to. That's the problem. Even if they let me in, I would have been fucking smashed. Definitely smashed a couple of times.
So what about outside of comedy? Would you say you have many friends outside of comedy?
I've got a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is harder. I'm sure. I don't know how you feel, but you're not available for
hanging out as often.
Yeah, and then also people just, you've got children now. I'm sure a lot of your friends have children. It's like, or don't have children. Like you're busy. People are busy doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Or it's a very important thing to do to raise a child.
Totally.
You can't be like, do you want to talk shit for 8 hours?
Yeah.
Walk around. Do you want to aimlessly walk around?
Definitely. I've enjoyed the dynamic of meeting parents at the park, especially if our kids get along. But I don't know if I should say this publicly.
You can edit it.
I'm yet to meet a parent, especially if our kids get along. I really hope that I'll get along with that parent because then we'll spend more time together.
Yeah.
Still searching.
Still, well,
There's
that's
some
all
nice
right.
people. There's some great people.
But isn't that totally normal? Like,
Yeah.
kids can bond very easily. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what they would just be like. Well, we're both in the park at the same time.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah.
That's heaps.
Totally.
That's heaps in common.
Yeah.
But if you met the dad, even if they're fine, it's like, well, we're not going to be best friends.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just not.
It's just forced conversation. What, do you listen to podcasts? No?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
And you're a funny guy. I'm sure you're getting some laughs. I'm sure you're having a good time. but both of you know this is shallow.
Yeah.
This is nothing.
Yeah.
Who's your best friend?
In comedy, I feel like I'm a big fan of Michael Cho.
I love Michael Cho.
Yeah, when he's in Brisbane, I'd say we're best.
Your best friends?
Oh, that's a funny one because I'd say he's my best friend, but I don't think I'd be in his top 3. I'd probably be his 4th best friend.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, he often jokes about that.
He says that.
Who else do I like?
I was hanging out with Cho recently. He did mention you.
He didn't? Okay. Yeah,
No, he did. He did.
Weird.
He actually said he really liked you and you were really funny.
Who else? I do have.
He said that very sincerely and earnestly
Nice.
to me. Yeah.
I don't think that's true now, but
He genuinely did say nice things about you,
Yeah,
but then I
nice.
couldn't help but be silly.
yeah. No, I'm going to stick with Cho actually.
Great guy.
Yeah, I don't have that many friends outside of comedy anymore. My wife.
Your wife.
Yeah.
That is. You think it's good to be your best friends with your wife?
I think I said that for, my wife's sake, but I don't think I think we're,
You think you are best friends?
well, I think we've got lots of friends individually. And I think we're better lovers. Sorry,
Better
that
lovers?
sounds-
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to be. Yeah.
All of her friends are now my friends. I feel like she's got more friends than me. That's an interesting one, isn't it? Are you in a relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you normally get along with all your partner's friends?
Mostly.
Yeah.
Well, but I try not to make them my friends
Yeah.
because I want her to have her own life.
Yeah, okay.
Like I would never hang out with her friends
Ever?
without her.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that'd be weird actually.
Be
Probably.
crazy.
Yeah.
Male or female, I wouldn't hang out with them one-on-one.
Well, that's an interesting thing though, isn't it? Do you, if you have a good female friend, you catch up for coffee and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I think my wife's cool with that, but I think I overthink that sometimes. I'm like,
Oh, you don't like if she has male friends?
no, I think I do. I think I wouldn't mind. But for some reason, if I'm catching up with a male friend, I wouldn't feel the need to tell my wife, I'm going to have a coffee. But when I'm catching up with a female friend for coffee, I'm like,
You want it to be above
I
board.
feel like I need to be like, hey.
I think that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want
I
it to be
often wonder
transparent.
if everyone's
I'm leaving
like
my
that.
penis at home. You know?
Yeah.
It should be detachable. You should be able to take it off.
In fact, I think Rach knows most of the comedy friends that I hang out with. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway.
Did you mention this, or was a bit of you like? Did you mention like, I'm doing a podcast with Angus because you were worried it could get sexual?
she might be jealous.
Yeah. He's always wanted to have sex with
I feel
himself.
Like that's an interesting one because you and I look very similar. I wonder if she would be attracted to you. It's
Hopefully not.
probably unnecessary.
I think it's the personality that she loves.
maybe
with you.
but you got a better personality than me as well.
No, and you're much taller too. That's a great thing.
It's the third and final topic.
Thoughts about recent presentations and seminars. I've not done. I've not done any recent presentations. This feels like. Did you pick these topics?
I googled 50 talking topics,
Okay.
and I think in this context, it's like there might be a seminar.
This
a
was
work-
something you would say at work at a
like
seminar.
a water cooler topic.
Yeah, if we were both like, we sold like solar panels,
okay.
and we were big in the solar panel.
Can you read
industry.
it again? What is it?
Thoughts about recent presentations and seminars.
Well, we could change that to thoughts about recent comedy things that you've seen. Have you seen a good comedy show recently? Line up or otherwise?
I'm sure I have,
Yeah.
but I don't. Now the pause makes me feel like it seems rude.
Yeah,
not
sure.
not that any of the people who I've seen recently are listening.
Yeah, and if you mention one, others will be offended that you
Yeah,
haven't mentioned
yeah.
theirs. Yeah.
What did I? What have you seen anything? And then that might get me thinking.
I feel like I've started watching a lot of Harley Breen stuff recently. I've been very impressed with him.
He's
I
great.
feel like he's very similar. I don't know if this. Yeah, I don't
Similar
think
to
either of
what?
them would care. I think I find him and Dusty very similar.
Oh, okay.
Mannerisms and like energy and what's the word, like physicality. I feel like I love watching both of them is what I should say. They're not going to watch it anyway.
So I had a really strong impulse to be like, I don't see the similarity at all. But no, I think they have a similar energy. Like they're both high energy. But I think there's big differences. You know what I mean? Like Dusty is very off the cuff.
Sure.
And I think Dusty has a more almost like it's like an aggression as well.
Yeah, okay.
Not that, but Harley is also very creative. But I feel like Harley is more like, storytelling.
Yeah.
Where I feel Dusty's a bit more freewheeling.
Sure. Maybe it's just they're both tall and skinny.
That's true. That could be that. Brown hair.
Yeah. Both dads. Yeah.
Similar age.
Yeah. One's pale, one's very tan.
They're both quite tan.
Nah.
Which one's pale?
Dusty. I think he's quite pale. You don't think so? Okay.
Nah.
Maybe I've never looked.
I think he's not crazy tan, but he's not crazy pale either.
Yeah.
Like we're way paler.
Yeah, definitely.
He's not in our pale.
Yeah. Do you think you're paler than me?
I think you're more burnt than me.
Okay, that's interesting.
You've definitely been in the sun more.
Yeah. I'd say I'm tanner
pull
than you.
Pull up your arm. No, like you're like a. See, that's actually quite similar color.
To the rest of your body.
Yeah. See, that's the same. You just had that. You just haven't been wearing sunscreen enough.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the difference.
I think that we're getting close to the end of the podcast.
Oh, great.
What time was the podcast starting in?
I thought 12,
yeah,
right?
actually.
To 12:30. We can do another 6 minutes.
No, we probably have to go.
Oh,
just
you've had
because
enough?
Dan, the next podcast is
you
out
want
there waiting.
They're already out there? They've messaged?
I think so. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.
Oh,
I didn't tell you this at the start of the episode, but I've been getting guests to think of ideas for the name of the podcast because I don't have one yet. Have you got a name for the podcast? I normally mention this at the top so you can think about something.
Maybe Conversations with Enemies.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we're friends now, though.
Yeah, you turn everyone by the end.
Conversations with Enemies.
I don't know. I was just trying to think something.
And what about for this particular episode?
I think we can call it
the Redheads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You call it the red.
Not eyebrowless.
Not eyebrow. Yeah, no, definitely. We have eyebrows. I want you to know you have eyebrows. I can see them.
Would you ever bleach or dye your hair or not?
I think that's self-hating.
Yeah, okay.
You can't do it.
I used to do it in school. I went Super Saiyan white, blonde.
But people still knew.
Yeah.
They would hate you more.
Yeah, I hate myself for it.
You hate yourself. You can't do it. If you have to
Be yourself.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to be proud.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Angus.
All right. Thanks. Great to have. I lost the ability. It's perfect that it ended there when I lost the ability to talk. So thanks very much.
Thanks,
Codie.